I'm knocking his teeth in. Talking about he was tweaking. Talking about he ain't mean it. Guess he thought it was sweet.
YouTube, it's your boy Mercy. You already know the vibes, man. Back again with another video. Now today's video, as you guys can see by the title and thumbnail, we're gonna be going over the best Call of Duty Cold War settings. But before we get into that, if y'all new, like always, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video or go live. You know the vibes. But before we do get into the settings real quick, as you guys can see, it only took me 3 days. Like I said, if you haven't missed my last video, make sure you go check it out. But it only took me 3 days to get my LC10 diamond. But for some reason, it will not stick. Once again, I got to go on my PS4 and get it, and then come back to the Xbox. But I get on Warzone, my diamond cam was there. I get on Cold War, it's not there. So what I gotta do is go on the P4, get it again for the, I don't know, 3rd time already. Like, I'm not doing, like, this game is broken. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, like I said, man, if y'all enjoy the content, all that good stuff, man, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Now let's get right into these settings. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at is my sensitivity, my horizontal stick sensitivity and my vertical. They're both at 12.5. Now, yes, that's extremely high, but I even run it higher in Modern Warfare at 16. Now, the reason why I run sensitivity so high is because I used to play Hyperscape. If y'all don't know what that game is, it's a free game that came out last year. I'm not really sure the exact date, but that game was extremely fast-paced, like the fastest-paced game I've ever seen. And in that game, bro, everything moved so fast, so I got used to it. So when I went back to Call of Duty and I went back to Rainbow Six Siege, I always ran high sense because it always felt just better that way anyway. So I run a 12.5 for my vertical and 12.5 for my horizontal. Now you guys do not have to go this high up. If you want to go to, I would say, like 9.5 or like 10ish, that's a good spot as well. So that's not too high or too low. I just want to be able to move around as fast as possible. Cold War is a fast-paced game, you feel me? We're gonna get to my field of view as well, but Cold War by itself is already fast-paced, so I want to make sure I'm able to flick and do everything I gotta do. So that's why my sensitivities got to be so high. But when it comes down to the vertical, you don't need vertical to be that high, just because of the simple fact you're not looking up and down all the time. But I still want to have it like even, you feel me? I don't want to be moving left to right dumb faster than when I'm moving up and down is mad slow. It's gonna throw me off, you feel me? So if you don't want to have your vertical that high, you ain't have to, but that's how mine is. Now the next thing is probably the most important, is the field of view. Now your field of view, if you guys don't know what it does, it makes it to where you can see more of your screen basically. If you guys put on your field of view to 120 like I do right now, you don't have to do that much, but I like having that 120 because I want to see everything. I want to be able to see as much view as possible. So if somebody is in my left corner, my right corner, I can see them 100%. So I have mine maxed out. Now if you want to test this out and see the difference if you never touched it before, put your thing on 120, then put it on 50, and you guys can see the huge difference. And 120 looks 100% way better. I just enjoy the way it looks. I use it in every game that's is available in. If you're playing COD, you're playing Minecraft. Once I figured out what field of view was, bro, I always max it out in every single game. So put up your field of view. That's extremely important. I definitely got to say out my high zoom and low zoom ADS, but as you guys can see, they're both at 0.8. I used to run 1.0, but I didn't realize it was even on that. Like I didn't even know that it was an ADS in this game to change around your settings. So I ended up changing that, putting it down to 0.8. You can also use 0.9 and 1.0 if you want. They're all valid, but it's up to you really on how you play and how fast you want your movement speed to be. But as y'all already know, I use SMGs a lot, so I want to be as fast as possible. That's why my sense is so high, my ADS is high. You feel me? A lot of people like slow and really slow and low ADS, but me, I'm totally different. I want everything to be up so I can, you know, move around fast and just be cracked. You feel me? I just want to be different on the stick. So yeah, my ADS both 0.8. Alright, so just for the sake of the video, I feel I'm just going to just show you guys everything. So I'm going to go into the controller vibration. As you guys can see, it is on. I feel like a lot of people don't really speak about all these other settings as well, but I did not touch anything. Everything right here has been on default. I don't think there's any need to touch it. My stick layout is on default as well. I use a regular Xbox controller. I crouch and slide with B. I jump with A when I'm doing my jump shots. I don't do anything special. I just been playing COD for a long time, so I don't need to really like switch anything around. I can just play default and be perfectly fine. So I use a regular default controller as well with default settings. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is an updated version from the original Xbox to the Xbox One X, not the newest, not the Series X, but the X. I'm pretty sure they had updated the controller. So this controller does have more grip, and it does feel 100% better than the original Xbox controllers. But besides that, you know, everything else is just default. Everything is regular. I don't have no control freaks on my Xbox controller yet. I do want to get some control freaks, but when I do that, I'm most likely going to just have one of them on, which is going to be on the right side. Sometimes I put two. This depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I take it off, sometimes I don't. But yeah, I have both of those on. My brightness, of course, is going to be at 50. I'm pretty sure it was at. I don't really mess around with the brightness, and if I put it too high, the game looks hella weird. So the brightness, man, it pretty much just stays like that. I never really mess around with it. I always keep it around the same area as 50 on every card that I touch, or any game that when it asks you to set up the brightness. The reason why I do that is because if you max your brightness out, it makes the colors look like hella weird. Like the game looks washed. I don't like that. So I make sure I just keep it around 50, and I feel like it doesn't really affect it too much. I'm able to see everything perfectly fine. So I don't think the brightness needs to be high at all. It always says like cover up the box so you can see, but I don't think it's necessary. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If y'all enjoy, like always, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. Just make sure you stay tuned for the daily streams. I've been streaming a lot of Warzone recently. I haven't streamed a lot of Cold War. I just been on Warzone heavy, so y'all can check that out. I'll always be streaming, so make sure you turn on the bell, hit the naughty, you feel me, so you get notified every time I go live. I also go live on Twitch. That will be linked down below in the description as well, same as my YouTube famous Mercy. So make sure you go check that out. But if y'all enjoy these settings, man, and they turn you into a demon, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, man, Mal, boy, you know the vibe. Stop playing with the kid, man. Good bow. What are you talking about?
I'll be in New York with the gangsters, knowing that I shoot you for a tandem.